Okay, hey everybody, it's me Adam. I'm here with Miss Carolyn Robinson, and I'm telling you, this is the one I've been telling you about on my Instagram accounts. This is the one I've been telling you on the prior YouTube. She is my friend, she is my co-worker, and she's a mentor of mine. And I want everybody to listen up, guys. I'm telling you, if you ever thought that the mindset of believing that you couldn't do something, let Ms. Carolyn Robinson tell you different. Tell you her story and what she has done and where she's at now and where she's going to go. So it's a very, I'm so happy. We have talked for months about this, and we're finally putting this together today. And thank you so much for watching. And these are the books here, what Miss Carolyn Robinson wrote, and I want her to tell you a little bit about them. But these are life-changing books. I'm telling you, I can go on and on. I'm telling you, this is what I've been saying. It's your belief system. If you can believe it, you can do it. If you don't believe it, you won't do it because you won't even try to do it. So, appropriately named, these are the books I was telling you about. There's two here. There's the workbook, and there's also a complete, it says the Complete Toolkit for Personal and Professional Success. And I like how she put this. Can do it. It's very powerful. And also, this is the actual success book. These kind of go together, but you can buy them separately. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But Miss Carolyn Robinson, it's always good to see you. I sit in her class several days a week. Sometimes I'll go in and just kind of look and kind of find out what's happening. And I see the actual process of people in the process of changing their life. I'm telling you, and taking their life up to a higher level. So if you know anybody, don't get me started. There's a lot of stuff going on. And Miss Carolyn, talk to us. Tell us where the genesis of starting to write these books. Where did it come from? Give us a little bit of your background.
Okay. A lot of this is my own personal history that I had to work through. Mm-hmm. My father passed away when I was 12, and it left me with a lot of insecurities and stuff. And I actually worked a overcoming codependency workbook that actually tapped me into belief systems.
So you actually started the process yourself?
Yes. A lot of this is my process that I work through, mm-hmm. that I now help other people work through.
I told you about her.
And so I started working at corrections about 15 years ago, and I would teach some of this material, especially on belief systems. Mm-hmm. Everything I teach, I intertwine belief systems with it. And my students started telling me, Miss Carolyn, if I had this information when I was growing up, I would have made different choices. You need to write a book.
Powerful.
You need to write a book. And so I had lots of people telling me that.
So these are female inmates. These are actually incarcerated female inmates that are telling her,
yes,
this is life-changing.
Yes. And in the book, there are actually 3 women who were in my classes, mm-hmm. Who wrote their success story. They're doing exceptionally well. And I'm so proud of them. And they still keep in contact with me, and they let me know what's going on in their lives, and they're doing it. 2 of them are actually working on their master's degree. I'm so proud of them.
Master's degree. No, not even no more incarceration, people, but they're on their master's degree. I'm not kidding you.
They're on their masters. So I'm really, really proud of the success that they're doing.
Wow.
Now, I teach workshops also in the community. And so I taught a workshop on belief systems. And one of the ladies that was there, Margaret Jackson, told me, she says, Carolyn, you need to write a book. So it's all in alignment with what the inmate's telling me now.
Sure.
She's also a business coach.
Oh.
So I've worked with her.
Wow.
And she said, you need to write a book, because when you're doing the presentations, they can purchase the book and they can take a lot of you home with them.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
So that was another reason why I decided to write the book. And when I started writing the book, like a lot of other people, we think we need to have the whole plan when we're starting to do something. Uh-huh. You don't.
Not so.
No. I had no idea how this book would be published. But I started doing it, and I'm like, I'm going to do this. Why? Because I believe I can.
There it is.
So I can.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to do all the footwork. I'm going to have my daughter edit it. And then I just know everything else is going to fall into place.
Yes.
And so as soon as I got my daughter to edit it, she says, Mom, you really need another editor because that's not my specialty.
Uh-huh.
So I said, okay. I had no clue how I'm going to do this.
You just started it.
I started it.
You're just like, I've never done this before,
No.
but here we go. I'm going to write a book.
Exactly. So I tell my friend.
Love it.
And I'm like, I'm almost finished with this book, but I have no idea how to get it published. And she says, I know someone that has published a book. Let me call them and have them contact you. And then the rest was history.
So you put yourself in that arena, and someone, all of a sudden, it began to come together.
Yes.
Like, if she had never even thought, like, okay, I'm going to write a book, but she never put it out there to, I don't know, people say put it to the universe, but people wanted to help you.
Yes. They did. And see, part of the problem with being successful, too, is we feel like we need to know from the beginning all the way to the end. And when we can't see the ending, we never began.
And I bet you that hinders so many people.
It does. And so the thing I tell people, get started, and you'll be surprised when you need to get whatever it is you need to get. It just shows up.
This is life changing. I'm not kidding you. This stuff is so profound. It's simple, but it's profound.
And so that's how I did this book.
2 books later. I had never written a book before. So it's not something you've always aspired to do, write books or anything growing up in this stuff. And
actually, I shied away because I am dyslexic.
She's so smart. I don't know what that means, but I know it's kind of.
Yeah,
wow.
And that was a hindrance. I didn't write.
Really?
No. Actually, I graduated at the top of my class in high school, but because of that learning challenge, I was so intimidated of college that I didn't go.
So even though you graduated from in the top of your class, you were still internally intimidated.
Yes. And so that's one of the reasons why I do the things I do, because I refuse to allow my insecurities or fears to prevent me, and I want to inspire others to do what you believe you can do. Go for it. It's like, what do you have to lose?
What do you have to lose? Hence, here we go. 2 books later, and these are changing lives. And I'm telling you, and I'm not kidding you. There's more to the story, but she gets into in her book a little bit more of her personal background and her history and her family and some of the struggles she has come through. She gets into that a little bit in these books. And like she said, there's a few success stories in here as well. But I'm going to tell you, I read these books. I've read these books like 3 different times. And the first time I was reading it, I was thinking, okay, I want to read it. It's a friend of mine, my mentor. I love how she teaches. I love how she engages her students. And they talk so highly of her. And I'm just like, I learned so much. But when I read the book, I began to read it. I was like, uh-oh, I kind of noticed myself in here. I'm like, how I can change some things. How I have my challenges as well, and I have to refer back to it a couple times. I've said I kind of recognize myself and some of my struggles in this book. So I'm not kidding you. So now you reach out also to the community set and also churches. You taught in churches and in various areas like that as well.
Actually, I did a 6-week workshop. It was out of a home. I have a mentor who has a really large home that will actually seat, I think she could seat like 40 to 50 people.
In her house?
Yes. We call it the upper room.
That's a big house.
Yeah. And so I wanted it to be where people felt comfortable.
Sure.
And a lot of times people don't feel comfortable going to a church.
Sure.
But I've done them both.
Sure.
So we did a 6-week series there, packed out every week. Wow. And I had people coming up saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe how this has changed my life. I had one lady who told me she had been in counseling over 2 years. She learned more information in the 6 weeks than she had learned in 2 years. Yes.
That's why I'd been telling you about Miss Carolyn here, the stories about it. But I want to tell you, the workbook here, it actually has exercises in here. So you can go through some of these exercises and it can really make a change in your life. So if you there's various things, and Miss Carolyn, her whole thing is belief system.
Yes.
Your belief system. And can you just touch on that again, your belief system and how it can prevent you or propel you forward, right?
Okay. What happens, most people don't realize 2/3 of your beliefs are formed by age 7. It's called the formative years.
By 7?
By 7. That's when your parents are telling you certain things. And say you had one kid that the parents told them you're so smart, you're intelligent, you can do anything you want to do, and they're affirming. Then that kid grows up with the higher self-esteem. Then another child, maybe they're in a single parent home and mom has to work a lot, and maybe mom doesn't tell him or affirm it, so that individual grows up with a lower self-esteem. So they feel like something's wrong with them. Or if there's a divorce and dad or mom is not spending the quality time they need with the child, they grow up with beliefs that something's wrong with me.
Wow.
And when something's wrong with me, then we view life through our own filters. And based on those filters...
And it may not be reality.
It's not reality, but it's your reality, which means it's your belief and it's your reality. So your reality is true for you. So if you believe that the world is unfair, then that's the way you approach life.
Wow.
It's unfair. Oh, I'll never get that. I never win anything. I never get anything. And so that's the belief.
Wow.
And in dealing with a lot of the students who are incarcerated, a lot of it goes back to their beliefs, things that they learned in the environments that they grew up in.
Not always the most healthiest environment. Many times.
I had one guy, I worked at Main Jail, and I had one guy, and he was so serious. Because he was a criminal thinker. He'd been doing criminal behavior all his life. And he looks at me, because I'm sharing about beliefs, and he finally gets it. And he says, but that's all we ever knew.
Wow.
That's what I learned. That's
I learned.
all I ever knew. And then we wonder why these individuals keep making the same poor choices. Is because it goes back to their belief system. When you're being praised for stealing by parents or loved ones or people you care about, that's how you're getting affirmed. And so your belief system is, oh, this is cool. This is cool.
And then when you get older, the behavior continues, and the cycle just never. I could at times don't stop until you kind of understand these deep truths. But so I want to just show you a few things, and then I want to tell everybody. I want everybody to go out and you buy this and you purchase this. It's on Amazon, but we'll talk about that in a real quick second. So some of the chapters here is identifying beliefs that are affecting your success, letting go of toxic shame, trauma. People having trauma in their life. Believe in yourself, understanding codependency, and you don't have to, believe me, it's not you have to be incarcerated to understand. This stuff is just basic truths to propel you forward, or that might hold you back just in life in general. Bullying, that's a big thing these days, and the power of forgiveness. We all know, I mean, that is like the essence, the power to forgive. Is it for somebody else or is it for yourself? Why do you want to forgive, right? Walking in victory. And then, of course, there's success stories, and, of course, there's exercise in these books. But so I want everybody, if you know, okay, you yourself, if you just want to come to you want to propel to a higher place, you need to go out and you purchase these books, and you can find them on Amazon at these names.
Amazon,
so
yes.
Under your name, Ms. Carolyn Robinson, and the book is called, is it the complete book or just?
No, it's the Complete Toolkit for Personal and Professional Success, and the book or the workbook.
So there you go. Amazon, get it, guys. Go out and I'm talking, this is life-changing. $10, $12 a piece. Come on, $10. And these books are believe me, I need some easy reading. I do read a lot, but I need some easy reading. And these aren't real, like, 500. It's not like encyclopedias. These are like less than 100 pages. But the 100 pages are well worth your time and a few dollars. You're talking about a Big Mac or something like that. Just get out there, and if you know anybody with challenges, including yourself or myself, I have these at home, that needs these books or can use these books. And believe me, anybody can use these books. to help propel them. If you're here, it'll take you to here. If you're here, it'll take you to here. So you guys go out in there, and it's just a pleasure to have Miss Carolyn Robinson, a person that's been involved with this industry for over 20 years, and working in the community, working in the jail system, and working in adult education, and working in churches. She's and has experienced herself a lot of the challenges and has overcome. Therefore, now she's written these books to help you meet those challenges, help you take you to a higher place. And Miss Carolyn, anything else you want to just throw it out? And this is it? Can they find you any other place?
Yes, actually, I have my own website. It's www.empowering, EMPOWERING, WORD.com. And there you can contact me, and I'll get back in touch with you. I also do live coaching.
You'll personally do this?
I will personally get back in touch with you. I also do live coaching.
Wow.
With clients. And it's been amazing, some of the results that I've seen with some of the clients that I worked with.
Over 20 years, guys, and you can actually contact Miss Carolyn Robinson and talk to her personally, and she will meet with you personally, either online or via phone and social. Somehow she will meet. It's just she's a very powerful resource to have by your side. Believe me, I sit in her class. I'm working, but I'll go in her class several times a week just to kind of hear it and kind of eavesdrop. And I want some life-changing some of these precepts myself and take me to a higher place, guys. And so I'm hoping everybody get out there and it's a great Christmas gift, and either for yourself, gift it to yourself, or gift it to somebody you know, or somebody with challenges. And of course, working in this environment, into the jail incarceration environment, if you know anybody out there, and believe me, I know people. I have family members that have had their challenges over the years, so it's a great gift to them. And also, you go out and you do your thing, and we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, but we want everybody to go out there and experience some life-changing events in their life, and just take life to a higher place, and let 2018 just be your year, and let it be our year.
Yes, I agree.
Any other closing statements you want to just?
My greatest desire to see lives change.
Wow, lives change. Does it get better than that, guys? Well, Ms. Carolyn, thank you so much for meeting with me. I appreciate it. I told you guys I was so excited, and I wanted to read her book again. I read her book again like in the last 2 days because I was so excited to have her on here. And thank you guys all for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, and contact Ms. Carolyn Robinson. And have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much.